So last week, clearly hard work paid off with a win like that. Do you feel that things are very much back on track where you want them to be now?
Well, we're on a good little run, and we've performed very well indeed. The last, I'd say, 3 or 4 games, been very solid, and the team seem really united, which is important. And overall, I think, we lost sense of where we were a bit about the Ebbsfleet game around that time, but then. Now it's good to be getting into the business end of the season, not searching for a formula. We're happy with our lot. We know what we're about. I'm sure others do too, but it's good that we know our strengths and how we want to play.
Obviously you didn't play midweek when it seems the rest of the league did, so you slipped a place. But how much do you feel that things are very much in your own hands?
Well, massively. I do think we just got to continue looking at ourselves and try and strive for improvement continually. But just keep doing what we're doing at the minute. It's statistically, conceding 1 goal in the last few games has been a big turnaround. If we can keep that going in the same vein, and it does breed confidence because we're the league's top goal scorers by 5 goals, I think it is. So if the back line are giving us that real confidence, for the attacking players as well, then everyone's playing their part in important roles, and hopefully we can go from strength to strength at such an important phase of the season.
And that's my next question. How important is this phase of the season? Because you've got a lot of games coming up in a short time and some big teams coming up as well.
Well, that's why they call it the business end of the season, don't they? Because this is where, you see if all your hard work pays off and you can come away with either silverware or, with real progression as a club. And no matter what happens now, we've accumulated the points to stay up. And I don't mean to sound negative about that, but I think most supporters would have been delighted with that, and especially at this stage of the season, to have achieved that survival would have been deemed as a success. Now we want more, and we're in a great position and well poised to build on the solidity of the squad, the togetherness of the squad, and just go out there and fight toe to toe with each team that we face, and try and be ourselves and see if we can get as many wins as possible.
It must be quite a nice position to be in, that your priority really is just to keep doing what you're already doing, and you're not looking to change anything.
No, but I'll be honest, a few weeks ago, I think for the first time in probably 18 months, we've lost track a bit of what we were about, and maybe, it's not a game of extremes. Maybe we went a little bit extreme on the football side, and whilst we were controlling possession in games, that the whole purpose is to win games, and we were showing signs of strain in certain areas of the pitch. But the last few games have given us all confidence that we can attack the rest of the season. Notwithstanding the fact that we're playing Maidenhead on Saturday, and Alan Demisher's just won the Manager of the Month award, and he's done. You don't get that by accident. They've really stepped on the gas. They lost the other night, but watch the video of that game. There's nothing between the two teams, and obviously apart from the 3 incidents for the goals, but they look a really solid outfit. Big, strong lads, well organised. It's going to be a tough game, that's for sure.
It seems that Maidenhead are one of a few teams sort of mid-table that potentially are better than what the league table suggests, if that's not playing them down too much.
No, I mean, it's a hard place to go, Maidenhead, and we found it tough that day, and we came through it and really enjoyed the win because of going through a tough battle. But we'll have to do it on Saturday. It's going to be a windy day. It could be tough conditions as a result of that, and they've got some. I think they're a good outfit now, and I think they all give 100%. They know what they're about, and as we do our system, and so again, it's 11 left now. I think it's 11 just battles, and we've got to battle the way we know how to battle, and hopefully come through as many games as possible starting Saturday.
So looking at your team, Lee Magnew back after a couple of loan spells. Have you got a different player back? How much has he benefited from time away?
I certainly think he has done. He's done really well in training. He's looked sharp. He's really calm on the ball, and I thought on Saturday he excelled on a difficult pitch. And he's a footballer, so it was a test for him. He was bobbling around everywhere, very windy day, but he just came on and kept possession and kept it moving, and actually showed a bit of class that he does possess in the final third. So I was really pleased for him, because he's a very driven lad and we all want him to do well.
How's the rest of the squad? Is it still as it's been for the last few weeks? Everything pretty settled?
It is, but definitely got a few selection headaches, because it's a dilemma for a manager. You want to keep everyone happy, and everyone's getting out there. I mean, in training today, people who haven't been in the 16 recently excelled, and there's no denying that. It's tough choices to make, because I want them all on board. They're all good characters, and which is really encouraging for me, because we are probably going to need everyone. It's good to see Joe Leesley in training really playing with the excitement levels that he has shown consistently well for us, and he's been a bit unlucky recently, but he's got his head right on it, and he's prepared to roll his sleeves up and really battle as well as everyone else. And Jordan Thewlis came back and scored a cracker in training today, and he's good amongst the group. If I could introduce him off the bench at some stages as a way of progression, with his fitness, that would be good. So some tough decisions, but we'll try and be steady with it all, just because I don't want to upset the apple cart. They're all good lads and deserve to be treated well. Obviously everyone will have different opinions, but that's the beauty of the game.
When I asked you that question, your face almost lit up. So is it a situation you almost enjoy being in, to have to make those decisions?
I do, but I've got a conscience. So you have a chat with a player, and they think they've done well in training, and yet they're still not in the 16. I just don't want to quash their enthusiasm, and they've been training with great exuberance and really doing it. And it's just a case of trying to keep their spirits up and saying, look, we know, you're really coming into some form. You'll get an opportunity at some stage, but so again, it's sometimes a bit of patience, and it's willpower to keep persevering if you're not involved, it's the acid test.
And finally, we're here today about the former Harrogate Town chairman, Bill Fotherby, having passed away. He was the chairman that appointed you. You must have quite a lot of memories of him.
Yeah, it was obviously some really sad news when I heard that last night, and a lot of memories come floating back through your brain then of when I was appointed on the interview, and he was just so entertaining every time I saw him. Whether we didn't win many in my first year, but when we did, it was just electric round the building. He was so infectious with his attitude. Even at 82, he was so excited by the game and what he saw out there, and the enthusiasm of young players playing football. And then when we lost, there's some moments of real passion. I could see him grit his teeth at me and shout at me, which is part of my education really as a manager in that first 2-year period. But I really respected him, and he had some great stories and great experiences in football, in the football world, and a world in which he loved very much.
Obviously the club's moved on since he left, but while he was here, he very much was trying to lay the platform to take the club to a different place as well, wasn't he?
100% laid the platform and got people through the turnstiles and built it up to a really good Conference North outfit. And from such humble beginnings before that, he really did make big strides, and strides that we're all very grateful that he did. And I thanked him for my patience. When I was 31, 32, as a really young manager at the time, and his attitude was amazing. So, really sad news, and we're thinking about his family.